90% of car owners are quietly wasting money every single year, not on repairs, not on gas, but on detailing services they never actually needed. Thousands of dollars gone over the life of a car, paid for things mechanics and detailers already know are simple. And here's the part nobody tells you. Most of these professional services take less than 5 minutes and use products you already have at home. Detail shops don't survive on skill, they survive on silence. Because once you know these tricks, you stop overpaying forever, and one of these alone can replace a $300 service. Before you spend another dollar, here are the car cleaning and maintenance tricks mechanics quietly use themselves. Don't skip. This will save you serious money. And once you see how easy the first one is, you'll never look at detailing the same way again. Your floor mats take more abuse than almost anything in your car. Salt, mud, snow, spilled drinks, dirt you don't even remember stepping in. Rubber mats especially fade, dry out, and start looking permanently ruined. Most people assume that means replacement, or they pay a detailer $40 just to restore them. Here's the truth. Detailers don't use anything special. They rinse the mats, spray them with dish soap and water, scrub with a stiff brush, then let them dry in the sun. That's it. Want the deep black color back? After they're dry, a thin layer of tire shine or rubber protectant makes them look brand new and adds UV protection so they don't crack again. The total cost may be $2. New mats can cost over $150. And that professional cleaning you just paid for? You just did it in your driveway while listening to music. And if you think that one's bad, wait until you see what they charge for something that literally comes from your bathroom. Driving in rain or fog with useless side mirrors is one of the most dangerous things people just accept. Water beads, fog forms, visibility drops, and most drivers assume expensive anti-fog treatments are the only solution. Mechanics know better. They use shaving cream, not gel, actual foam shaving cream. Spread it evenly across the mirror, let it sit for 2 minutes, then buff it off completely. It leaves behind an invisible coating that repels water and prevents fog for weeks. Rain slides off instead of clinging. Fog never forms. Shops charge $50 for this treatment. The can in your bathroom costs $2 and does the same thing. Now here's where it starts getting uncomfortable. Your tires don't fade because they're old. They fade because the rubber dries out. Tire Shine products promise miracles, cost $15 a bottle, and half of them sling greasy residue all over your paint. Detailers figured this out years ago. They stopped using Tire Shine. They use hair conditioner. Conditioner is designed to penetrate, moisturize, and protect. Apply a small amount to a cloth and work it into the rubber. The tires darken instantly, regain flexibility, and stay looking fresh for weeks. If it has UV protection, even better. It doesn't sling, it doesn't streak, and it costs pennies per use. Shops charge $40 for Tire Shine. That's a 16,000% markup. Who's really winning there? And if that feels ridiculous, wait until you realize what they're using to clean the one thing you touch every time you drive. Your steering wheel is one of the dirtiest objects you interact with daily. Oils from your hands, sweat, food residue, dirt. It all builds up into a grimy, sticky layer most people never truly remove. That's why wheels feel gross no matter how much you wipe them. Detailers use baby wipes. They're strong enough to break down oils, but gentle enough not to damage leather, vinyl, or plastic. Scrub the wheel and watch years of buildup disappear instantly. It works on dashboards, door handles, center consoles, anywhere hands touch. Shops charge $20 to $30 for interior touchpoint cleaning. You just did it for about 10 cents. And if you've got pets, this next one feels almost illegal. Pet hair embeds itself into seats and carpet like it's part of the fabric. Vacuums barely touch it. Lint rollers are useless. Detailers don't struggle with this. They put on rubber gloves. That's the trick. Regular dishwashing gloves. Rub your hand across the fabric in short strokes. The rubber creates static electricity that pulls hair into clumps instantly. You'll remove more hair in 2 minutes than in 20 minutes of vacuuming. Detailers charge up to $75 for pet hair removal. This is exactly how they do it. They just don't tell you. And now that your car looks clean, it's time to stop something far worse than dirt. Your door seals quietly determine whether your car stays dry or turns into a moldy nightmare. Over time, those rubber seals dry out, crack, and start sticking. That squeak when you open your door, that's damage starting. Eventually, water leaks in. Mold forms. Electrical problems follow. The fix costs $5. Silicone spray. Lightly coat all door, trunk, and hood seals. Wipe off the excess. The silicone restores flexibility, prevents cracking, and blocks UV damage. Do this twice a year, and your seals last the life of the car. Dealerships would rather sell you new seals for hundreds later. And, speaking of damage that looks expensive but isn't, small dents drive people insane. Door dings, hail marks, shopping cart hits. Body shops charge hundreds per dent for paintless repair. For shallow dents, there's physics on your side. Heat the area with a hairdryer for a few minutes. Then spray compressed air upside down so it releases freezing liquid. The sudden temperature change causes the metal to contract and pop back into place. It doesn't work on creases or chipped paint, but when it works, it feels like magic. 5 minutes versus a $500 bill. Now let's talk about damage you never see until it's too late. Your car's undercarriage gets assaulted daily by water, salt, dirt, and debris. Rust doesn't announce itself. It quietly eats frames, exhausts, and suspension parts until repairs cost thousands. Dealership undercoating services charge hundreds. Here's what they're doing. Spraying WD-40. Jack up the car or use ramps. Spray exposed metal surfaces underneath, especially before winter. WD-40 displaces moisture and creates a protective barrier. Do this once or twice a year. R and rust struggles to gain ground. Same protection, a fraction of the cost. And while we're underneath the hood, your cabin air filter already distributes air evenly through your car. Add 2 or 3 drops of essential oil to a new filter before installing it. Lavender, eucalyptus, peppermint. Your choice. Every time air flows, it naturally freshens the cabin. No chemical vent clips, no overpowering scents. Dealers sell premium scented filters for $50. You just made one for a few cents. Now, let's fix something everyone thinks they're bad at cleaning. Windshields develop a greasy film that normal glass cleaners can't touch. Night driving becomes miserable. The solution isn't an expensive spray, it's vinegar. Mix equal parts white vinegar and water. Spray the windshield and wipe with crumpled newspaper, not paper towels. The newspaper leaves 0 streaks. The acidity cuts through residue instantly. Professional window cleaners have done this for decades. Detailers just rebranded it and marked it up. And if your paint has stains that look permanent, bird droppings, tree sap, bug splatter, tar, all acidic, left too long, they permanently damage the clear coat. Scrubbing hard makes it worse. Baking soda fixes it. 3 parts baking soda, 1 part water. Apply the paste, let it sit for a few minutes. Gently scrub with a soft cloth, then rinse. The mild abrasiveness lifts contaminants without scratching. Detailers charge $75 for this. A $2 box of baking soda does it better. Now let's talk about moisture, the silent interior killer. Foggy windows, musty smells, mold growth, all caused by excess humidity trapped inside your car. The fix isn't expensive moisture absorbers, it's rice. Fill a sock with dry rice and place it under a seat or on the dashboard. Rice absorbs moisture naturally. Replace it every few months. Dealerships sell the same idea in fancy packaging for $20. And before we get to the most expensive mistake drivers make, here's one that prevents a breakdown. If your key starts sticking in the ignition, don't ignore it. That leads to broken keys and locksmith bills. Never spray oil or WD-40 inside a lock. It attracts dirt. Use graphite. Rub a pencil over the grooves of your key. Insert and turn it a few times. The graphite lubricates the pins without residue. This 30-cent fix prevents a $300 problem. Now pay attention, because this next one quietly destroys engines. Next time you're pumping gas, look inside your fuel door. See that small hook? It's there to hold your fuel cap. Most drivers let the cap dangle, scratch paint, or collect dirt. That dirt enters your fuel system. Injectors clog, pumps fail, repairs exceed $3,000. Hook the cap. That's it. 1 second, thousands saved. And before we get to the final one, stop doing this to your paint. Never wash your car in direct sunlight. Soap and water evaporate instantly on hot paint, leaving minerals baked into the clear coat. That dull, spotted look is permanent damage. Always wash in shade or on a cloudy day. Same effort, massive difference. And finally, the trick that saves batteries and electrical systems. Battery corrosion creates resistance. Resistance kills batteries early and causes electrical issues. Cleaning terminals isn't complicated. Disconnect the negative terminal first. Spray WD-40 on the corrosion. Let it sit. Scrub with an old toothbrush. Wipe clean. Reconnect positive first, then negative. A light code afterward prevents future buildup. Shops charge up to $100 for this. You did it in 5 minutes. If this video saved you even one unnecessary service, hit that like button and subscribe. There are more secret mechanics never advertised. And once you know them, you never overpay again. Click the next video. Your wallet will thank you.